It's Jo Palmer here from Pointer. I've got Shane from SD Talent here. Shane's an HR specialist who has got plenty of years of experience in executive search and coaching. And she is going to give us a bit of a rundown of things that really should be included in your regular meetings with your employer. So if you're just starting out, or if your meetings have been a bit unstructured or a bit irregular, that these are some things to maybe prompt your employer or manager and say, maybe we could have a set agenda for our meetings, and these are some things that could be included. So Shane, I'll get you to give a bit of a rundown on some things that would be really key to have in a regular meeting.
Okay, thanks, Jo. So really, the purpose of having an agenda when you have a meeting as a remote worker is to make sure on that opportunity that you're getting all your thoughts across and you're gleaning as much about your business as you possibly can. You are part of their business and you're part of their success story. And it's important that you get a feel for how it's working. So the recommendations for the agenda items, and I'd recommend 4, and it's how you sell this to your boss sometimes. Sometimes you need to explain to them that this is what would be beneficial for you to become more engaged in the work you're doing. And that's not a bad thing to be saying. You want to be engaged, you want to know about everybody else, works for the business, so here's an agenda so it works best both ways. Number 1 is to set the agenda with 4 items, and that means every meeting you run to those 4 items and you fit everything inside them, or the manager fits theirs inside as well. So the first thing is business news, asking your employer, your manager, for a quick update on anything that's happening in the business. That's important when you're working remotely, to get a feel for how things are going. Number 2, you need to have a section next where you should feel free to raise concerns or issues that you're having as a remote worker or with any of the work you're doing. This is your chance, because it's on the agenda, to have a statement to make. Now you may say, no, nothing's worrying me, I'm all good to go. And that's fine, but you want to keep it on that agenda, because then that's your space where you can be free to speak about things that are concerning you. Obviously, the main thing a manager is concerned about is the deliverables that you've been given for the week. And so that's where you punch out your results for the week and whatever that is they're looking for as deliverables. And then the last one is a shared conversation about what your manager expects of you in the next week, and how you would, and from your perspective, how that works, what you would expect to be able to get done. If there's any issues in terms of timing or freight or any of those pieces, that's when you put it on the table. There may also be a piece in there, in the issues or concerns could well be feedback on your performance. So this is the stuff you've got to ask for, because he's not walking past your desk when you're doing stuff. You're not getting those gentle feedbacks. So you're going to have to ask for them, and they need to be on an agenda. So if you get that together as a list of key things you'd like to cover in a meeting once a week, it's worth doing. I'll run through them again just so you've got them there. So pen and paper time. Business news from your manager. Number 2, your concerns and issues. Number 3, obviously, it's your deliverables, and that's what you're being paid for. So that needs to be good and punchy from you, how that's delivered. And number 4, expectations for the next week. And that's a conversation between you and your manager about how that's going to pan out and what they need done. The last one, which you may want to put on there, is feedback on your performance over the last week or over the last month. And you might want to put that on a monthly basis instead of a weekly basis. So it's good to get all of that down. And if you show the initiative to put that in a document and say, you're comfortable if we work to this as an agenda early on in your employment, as in very soon after you start, then the table has been set with how you want to play it. So over to you. All the best with that. And that's my recommendation to how to make it work for you. Take care.
That's fantastic. Thanks.